Hey y'all, welcome to today's Bold and Beautiful Chat. We start off with Quinn at home, and she's talking to Ivy, Katie, Brooke, and Ridge that Eric is gone and she can't find him. And so they discuss that among themselves some. And then at the motel, Eric says it looks like Sheila is stalking him. Same motel, same floor, and room next to his. And Sheila assures Eric that she's not stalking him, she just cares about him. And Wyatt, Steffi, Bill, and Liam talk about Caroline, Sally, and Thomas. And Bill calls Spectra a clown show, and he really dislikes Sally and the whole thing, and it's causing him to not be able to build his building that he loves so much because he can't get the Spectra building, and he doesn't want Spectra to ride on his coattails. Steffi knows Forrester will win at the fashion showdown, she tells everybody. And Quinn wants to call the police to check on Eric, but everybody says that there's not been enough time. And Sheila understands Eric thinks she's stalking. She said it's just a coincidence that it's the same motel and floor and room next to each other. Eric wants Sheila to leave his room. He said he's worn out and he needs rest. But Sheila doesn't want to leave him alone and asks if she can come in for a little bit. Brooke wants to know how Sheila found out about Quinn and Ridge and the people that are in the room together. Katie, Ivy, Quinn, Ridge, and Brooke question each other if they were the one that told. Quinn said Sheila is unstable and God help anyone that's with her. Eric doesn't want anyone to find out where he's at. And Sheila tells Eric again she cares about him and knows what he is going through. He's such a good, honest, loving, and caring man. He deserves to know the truth, and that's why she told him. Bill said he doesn't like Sally, and it won't be long before he gets the Spectra building. And everyone is checking different things like Eric's credit cards and the company plane and all that to see if he has used any of that, trying to track him down, and he's not. Quinn just wants to find Eric, she said. Sheila asked if Eric had everything he needed, and he didn't have his medication. He doesn't want to go home and face Quinn. And he didn't have very kind words to say about Quinn when he was talking about it. And then he gets real mad and slams his fist down and said even Brooke knew and didn't tell him. Who can he trust now? Sheila wants to go to Eric's and sneak in the house and get his meds, and he agreed to that and asked if she would get his electric shaver or razor too, and she said she would. And she tells Eric again he's not alone. She will defend him and look out for him. Sometimes it seems when the show gets on a subject like Thomas and Sally and what he did for her and Sheila and Eric and stuff, they kind of wear out the same lines that, thanking the person or just continually bringing the subject up. And Sheila seems to do that with Eric. It's just kind of getting a little bit annoying now to hear the same thing over and over. And Eric gave Sheila the keys to his house, and Eric talked about defending Quinn when everyone else was against her and how he trusted her, and this is how she repaid him. Bill says he is confident in Steffi, but doesn't have confidence in Ridge, and he called Ridge the dressmaker and the poser, but Steffi asked him not to call him names, so he said okay. Ridge and Brooke left the house, and they meet over at Forrester in the office and talk some about what's going on. And Brooke says that Eric has not returned her phone calls, which he always normally returns them very fast. And Ridge doesn't know if he'll get the chance to tell his father his side of the story. He knows he's let Eric down. Eric's in the room and he remembers his wedding vows to Quinn, then making her leave. And Sheila sneaks in Eric's house, goes upstairs, and then it shows Quinn coming out of a side room into the living room, and she remembers the good times with Eric. And then Quinn hears something and hollers out, "Eric, is that you?" And then she sees that it's Sheila. And Sheila says she came to get Eric's medication. And Quinn asks, does she know where he's at? And she says she does, but she refuses to tell Quinn where he is. And Quinn takes hold of Sheila's arm, and Sheila jerks it back in a real exaggerated motion and very hatefully, and says, "Don't you ever touch me like that again," and stares real mean at Quinn. And that was today's show. So it was very good, I thought, and I can't wait till tomorrow to see what happens. So I hope you have a great evening. I know I say the same thing every day, but I mean it. I hope you have a great evening, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.